One cannot help but pause when encountering a young creature. Whether it is a fluffy chick, a playful kitten, or a wide-eyed fawn, there is an undeniable magnetism. These baby animals, in all their varied forms, seem to possess a special quality. This quality makes us smile, and it often makes us want to protect them. It is a response that appears to be shared by people all over the world. We see a tiny nose, perhaps twitching with curiosity, or oversized paws that hint at the adult they will become. These features captivate our attention almost instantly, drawing us in with a gentle yet powerful force. This phenomenon, this universal appeal of baby animals, is not simply a matter of chance. It is not just a fleeting fancy or a sentimental weakness. Instead, it is deeply rooted in the story of life itself, a product of millions of years of evolution. The characteristics that we find so cute are, in fact, very specific. They act as powerful signals, communicating directly with ancient parts of our own brains. These signals have played a crucial role in the survival of countless species, including our own. Understanding why we perceive these young beings as cute opens a window into the intricate workings of nature. The big eyes, the small snouts, the rounded heads, these are not accidental adornments. They are part of a sophisticated biological toolkit. This toolkit ensures that the young, who are often helpless and vulnerable, receive the care and protection they need to survive and grow. It is a remarkable strategy, one that nature has honed with incredible precision. When we feel that surge of warmth and affection towards a baby animal, we are responding to an ancient call. This call has echoed through generations, ensuring that the next generation has a fighting chance in a world that can often be harsh and unforgiving. In this exploration, we will journey into the science behind this captivating charm. We will look at the specific features that trigger our awe response. We will delve into how these features evolved and why they are so effective. We will also examine how our own brains are wired to react to these signals of youth and vulnerability. The story of cuteness is more than just about appealing appearances. It is a fundamental aspect of animal behavior and survival. It is a testament to the delicate yet incredibly strong bonds that connect living things across the planet. The scientific study of cuteness owes a great deal to the pioneering work of an Austrian ethologist named Konrad Lorenz. In the mid-20th century, Lorenz proposed a concept he called the Kindchenschema, which translates roughly to baby schema. He identified a specific set of physical features commonly found in infants, both human and animal. These features, he argued, act as innate releasing mechanisms. This means they automatically trigger a caring and nurturing response in adult observers. It was a groundbreaking idea that helped explain our almost instinctual reaction to the young. What are these features that make up the Kindchenschema? Lorenz pointed to several key characteristics. These include a large head relative to the body size and a protruding forehead making the face appear broad. Large eyes set low down in the face are another crucial element. Alongside these, a small nose and a small chin contribute to the overall effect. Rounded body shapes, soft body surfaces, and clumsy, uncoordinated movements also play their part. These traits, when present together, create an irresistible package that signals youthfulness and helplessness, compelling us to offer our attention and care. Lorenz suggested that our brains are pre-programmed to respond positively to this collection of traits. This isn't something we typically learn, rather, it's an inherent part of our biological makeup. Think of how a caricature artist might exaggerate these features to make a character appear more childlike or endearing. They are tapping into this very same baby schema. The power of these features is so strong that they can even elicit a nurturing response when seen in inanimate objects, like dolls or cartoon characters. This demonstrates just how deeply ingrained our reaction to the Kindchenschema truly is within our psychology. The Kindchenschema provides a framework for understanding why we find certain animals particularly cute. It is not just a random assortment of preferences. Instead, it is a predictable pattern. Animals that exhibit more of these baby schema traits are generally perceived as cuter than those that do not. This observation holds true across a vast array of species, from mammals to birds, and sometimes even to reptiles or amphibians in their larval stages. It is a fundamental principle that helps to explain the widespread appeal of young creatures throughout the natural world, a silent language understood by many. Closely linked to the Kindchenschema is the fascinating biological phenomenon known as neoteny. Neoteny refers to the retention of juvenile physical characteristics well into adulthood. In simpler terms, some adult animals continue to look and, in some cases, behave like youngsters of their species. This is not a delay in development, but rather a slowing down of the developmental process for certain traits. The result is an adult creature that still displays many of the features we associate with the baby schema, those very features that trigger our nurturing instincts and perceptions of cuteness. This prolonged youthfulness can have significant advantages. Consider the domestic dog, a classic example of neoteny in action. Compared to their ancestor, the wolf, many dog breeds retain puppy-like features throughout their lives. They often have floppier ears, shorter snouts, wider eyes, and a more playful disposition than adult wolves. These neotenous traits are believed to have been unconsciously and later consciously selected for by humans during the domestication process. We were and still are drawn to these youthful characteristics. This preference helped to forge the strong bond between humans and dogs, a partnership that has lasted for thousands of years. This retention of juvenile traits is not merely superficial, it can influence behavior as well. Neotenous animals may exhibit more playfulness, curiosity, and a reduced aggression compared to their non-neotenous counterparts. These behaviors can make them more approachable and less threatening, which can be particularly beneficial in social species. It can also encourage caregiving behaviors from other adults, even if they are not their direct parents. The eternal youth appearance essentially keeps sending out those "please care for me" signals long after the animal has passed its actual infancy, fostering a more tolerant social environment. So, neoteny can be seen as an evolutionary strategy. It allows certain species or individuals within a species to tap into the powerful nurturing responses elicited by the Kindchenschema for a longer period. This can lead to increased social bonding, reduced conflict, and in the case of domesticated animals, a stronger connection with humans. It is a remarkable example of how developmental pathways can be modified by evolution to produce traits that enhance survival and reproductive success, often by appealing to the softer side of those around them. The charm of neoteny is a testament to the enduring power of youthful appeal. The evolution of cuteness is a compelling story of survival. In a world where life is often a struggle, any trait that increases an offspring's chances of reaching adulthood is likely to be favored by natural selection. Cuteness, as defined by the Kindchenschema features, serves precisely this purpose. Young animals are inherently vulnerable. They are often small, inexperienced, and unable to fend for themselves against predators or the harshness of the elements. Their survival depends almost entirely on the care and protection provided by their parents or other adult members of their social group. This is where cuteness plays its vital role. The features we perceive as cute act as powerful, almost irresistible signals to adults. These signals trigger a cascade of nurturing behaviors. Parents are more motivated to feed, groom, defend, and teach their adorable offspring. This heightened parental investment significantly boosts the young animal's chances of survival. Imagine two hypothetical offspring. One displays many cute features, the other fewer. The cuter infant is more likely to capture and hold its parent's attention, ensuring it receives the resources it needs. Over generations, this preference for cute offspring would lead to these traits becoming more pronounced in the species. Furthermore, cuteness can also reduce aggression from adults. The same features that elicit care can also inhibit attack responses. An adult animal, even one that is not a parent, might be less inclined to harm a creature that displays these disarming, baby-like characteristics. This is particularly important in social species where young animals might interact with many different adults. The cute signals effectively say, "I am small, I'm harmless, I'm not a threat." This message can be a lifesaver, diffusing potentially dangerous encounters and promoting tolerance within the group. Therefore, cuteness is not just a pleasant aesthetic quality, it is an adaptive trait forged in the crucible of evolution. It is a biological mechanism that helps to ensure there's continuation of a species by maximizing the survival rates of its most vulnerable members. The strong emotional response that cuteness evokes in us, and likely in many other animals, is a testament to its evolutionary significance. It is a beautiful example of how nature shapes organisms not just for physical prowess, but also for social connection and the vital task of raising the next generation. Section 5. The Science of Snuggles: How Our Brains React to Cuteness. When we encounter something we perceive as cute, like a baby animal, it is not just our hearts that melt. Our brains also undergo a fascinating series of reactions. Modern neuroscience has begun to unravel what happens inside our heads when we see those big eyes and tiny noses. Studies using brain imaging techniques such as functional magnetic resonance imaging or fMRI have shown that specific areas of the brain become highly active. One of the key regions involved is the orbitofrontal cortex, an area associated with emotion, decision-making, and processing rewards. This suggests that looking at cute things is inherently rewarding for us. This reward response is closely linked to the release of a powerful neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is often referred to as the feel-good chemical because it plays a crucial role in motivation, pleasure, and reward-seeking behavior. When we see a cute baby animal, our brains release a surge of dopamine, making us feel happy and increasing our motivation to interact with the source of that cuteness. This chemical rush reinforces caregiving behaviors, essentially making us want to look after these adorable creatures. It is a clever biological trick to ensure that the young are attended to. Interestingly, the brain's response to cuteness is remarkably fast. Some research suggests that our brains can process and react to cute stimuli in a fraction of a second, often before we are even consciously aware of making a judgment. This rapid response indicates that our attraction to cuteness is a deeply ingrained, almost instinctual process. It is not something we have to think about, it just happens. This speed is crucial, as in the natural world, a quick response to a vulnerable infant could mean the difference between its life and death, demanding immediate attention and protection. Moreover, the brain regions activated by cuteness are not solely dedicated to visual processing. They are also involved in social cognition and empathy. This means that when we see a cute animal, we are not just registering its physical features, we are also, on some level, connecting with it emotionally. We are more likely to attribute human-like mental states to it, such as feeling happy, sad, or scared. This empathetic connection further strengthens our desire to care for and protect these young beings, ensuring their well-being and fostering a bond that transcends simple visual appeal. Section 6. A universal language: cuteness across the animal kingdom. One of the most remarkable aspects of cuteness is its widespread appeal. Not just within a single species, but across many different species. Humans, for instance, do not only find human babies cute, we are equally captivated by the young of many other mammals. Puppies, kittens, cubs, fawns, and even the young of birds, like fluffy ducklings or owlets. This cross-species appeal of the baby schema suggests that the underlying mechanisms for recognizing and responding to cuteness are very broad and deeply embedded in our, and perhaps other animals' psychology. It points to a shared ancient understanding of what youthfulness signifies. This universality is likely because the core features of the Kinchen schema Large eyes, rounded head, small face are common indicators of youth across a vast range of animal species. A baby bird might look very different from a baby mammal in many respects, but it often shares these fundamental cute proportions relative to its adult form. Our brains seem to be tuned to pick up on these general patterns of juvenescence regardless of the specific species displaying them. This allows the cute signal to be effective even when the observer and the observed are from entirely different branches of the animal kingdom. The evolutionary advantage of this broader recognition of cuteness could be multifaceted. For humans, it might have fostered a general tendency to be gentler and more nurturing towards young, vulnerable creatures, which could have indirectly benefited our own survival or social cohesion. Perhaps it reduced unnecessary aggression towards harmless young animals encountered in the environment. In other social animals, recognizing the juvenile status of another species' young might prevent wasted energy on pointless conflict or, in some rare cases, even lead to altruistic behaviors, though these are less common. It's also possible that our strong response to the cuteness of other species' young is, in part, a byproduct of the system that evolved to ensure we care for our own offspring. The kin-chen-shema is such a powerful set of triggers that it spills over, activating our nurturing instincts even when the cute individual is not a human baby. This overgeneralization, if you will, means that the charm of a lamb or a baby seal can be just as potent, tapping into the same deep-seated emotional and caregiving circuits that are so vital for the propagation of our own kind. Section 7, Caretaking Instincts, the powerful pull of the young. The fundamental purpose of cuteness from an evolutionary standpoint is to elicit caretaking behaviors. The collection of features that comprise the baby schema acts as a powerful summons, compelling adults to invest time, energy, and resources in the well-being of the young. This is most evident in the parent-offspring bond. Parents are biologically primed to respond to the cuteness of their own babies. This response ensures that they provide the necessary feeding, warmth, protection, and learning opportunities that the helpless infant requires to thrive and eventually become independent in a challenging world. This pull is not merely a gentle suggestion, it can be an overwhelming urge. The sight, sound, and even smell of a young infant can trigger a profound emotional and physiological response in parents, particularly mothers, due to hormonal influences like oxytocin, often called the love hormone. Oxytocin is released during activities like nursing and cuddling, and it strengthens the bond between parent and child, reinforcing those nurturing behaviors. Cuteness, therefore, works in concert with these hormonal systems to create a robust caregiving drive, ensuring the infant's needs are met with dedication and tenderness. Interestingly, the power of cuteness to elicit care extends beyond just biological parents. Other adult members of a social group, such as older siblings, aunts, uncles, or even unrelated individuals, can also be moved to care for cute youngsters. This phenomenon, known as alloparenting, is observed in many social species, including humans, elephants, and some primates. The cute signals from the young help to foster a communal sense of responsibility, distributing the burden of care and increasing the overall chances of survival for the group's offspring. It truly can take a village or a herd to raise a child. Moreover, this desire to care for cute things can even extend to inanimate objects that mimic baby-like features, such as dolls or soft toys. Children often lavish care and attention on these objects, practicing nurturing behaviors. This suggests that our response to cuteness is so deeply ingrained that it can be triggered even by symbolic representations of youth. It highlights the strength of this instinctual drive to protect and cherish those that appear small, vulnerable, and endearing, a drive that is fundamental to the success of any species that invests heavily in its young. Section 8. More than just looks. cuteness as a signal of vulnerability. While the physical features of the Kindchenschema are paramount in defining what we perceive as cute, cuteness is also inextricably linked with the concept of vulnerability. The large eyes, wobbly movements, and small size are not just aesthetically pleasing. They are honest signals of an organism's helplessness and its profound need for protection and support. When we see a baby animal, its cuteness immediately communicates that it is not a threat, that it is fragile, and that it relies on others for its very survival. This message bypasses our rational thought and speaks directly to our more primitive empathetic instincts. This signaling of vulnerability is crucial for inhibiting aggression. An adult animal encountering a small, cute creature is less likely to perceive it as a competitor or a danger. Instead, the cute signals can trigger a pause, a moment of assessment that might lead to tolerance or even protective behavior. Think of a large dog encountering a tiny puppy. Often the larger animal will display remarkable gentleness, its usual boisterousness, tempered by the puppy's obvious fragility. This is the power of the vulnerability signal at work, diffusing potential harm and promoting a safer environment for the young. The sounds made by young animals often complement their cute appearance to further emphasize their vulnerability. The soft whimpers, peeps, or cries of a baby animal are potent auditory signals that can tug at the heartstrings. These vocalizations, much like the visual cues of cuteness, are designed to elicit attention and care from adults. They often indicate distress, hunger, or loneliness, prompting a swift response from any nearby caregiver. The combination of cute looks and plaintive sounds creates an almost irresistible package of appeals for help, maximizing the chances of receiving aid. Therefore, understanding cuteness requires us to look beyond the mere surface appeal. It is a complex communication system, a language of helplessness that has evolved to ensure the protection of the most defenseless members of a species. When we feel that instinctive urge to shield a small creature from harm, we are responding to an ancient biological imperative. This imperative recognizes that the vulnerability signaled by cuteness demands a compassionate and protective response, a fundamental aspect of the intricate web of life where the strong often care for the weak. Section 9. Conclusion. The profound importance of understanding cuteness. The universal appeal of baby animals, with their big eyes and endearing ways, is far more than just a pleasantry of nature. As we have seen, it is a sophisticated and deeply ingrained biological mechanism. This mechanism, rooted in the Kindchenschema and the phenomenon of neoteny, plays a critical role in the survival of countless species. Cuteness is evolution's ingenious way of ensuring that the young and vulnerable receive the care, protection, and nurturing they desperately need to make it to adulthood. It is a silent language that triggers powerful responses in our brains and motivates our behavior. Understanding the science behind cuteness provides us with a deeper appreciation for the intricate connections within the natural world. It reveals how specific physical traits can directly influence behavior, fostering bonds between parent and offspring and even across species. The release of dopamine and the activation of reward centers in our brain when we see something cute illustrate how biology underpins our emotional experiences. This knowledge helps us to see that our fondness for baby animals is not arbitrary, but rather a fundamental part of who we are as biological beings, shaped by millions of years of evolutionary pressures. The implications of this understanding extend beyond simple fascination. Recognizing the power of cuteness can inform our efforts in conservation. Animals that are perceived as cuter often garner more public support and funding for protection initiatives. While this can be beneficial, it also highlights the need to appreciate and protect all species, regardless of their cuteness quotient, as every creature plays a role in its ecosystem. Furthermore, understanding the nurturing responses elicited by cuteness can help us appreciate the importance of early life care and bonding in all species, including our own, for healthy development. Ultimately, the study of cuteness reminds us of the shared threads that run through the tapestry of life. The features that make a kitten or a puppy adorable are variations on a theme that ensures the continuation of life itself. This remarkable evolutionary strategy, which turns vulnerability into an appeal for care, is a testament to the powerful forces that shape behavior and ensure that generation after generation can thrive. The simple smile brought to our faces by a baby animal is, in essence, a reflection of one of nature's most successful and heartwarming designs for survival.